Hello, lovely people. It's a wonderful Friday morning here at the Hollywood Redux Studios, and today we bring you our review of Deadpool 2, The Deuce.
It's a family film.
It's a family film. It's true.
Take your kids right now. Welcome back to the Hollywood Redux Podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Cazalia.
And I'm Matt, and we are coming to you from the Hollywood Redux Studios here on a lovely Friday morning to bring you our Deadpool 2 review. Usually we start Usually we start our reviews. It's a little early, and we've been drinking already. So usually we start our reviews by giving you a spoiler warning. We're going to try to keep some of the spoilers to the latter half of the review. So for those of you that are going to go see it tonight on opening night, can enjoy it spoiler free.
That's right.
We'll put up a spoiler graphic before we start talking about spoilers. So
We'll do our best.
We'll get right to it. Yeah.
We're going to tell you everything.
Yeah. So Deadpool 2 is pretty solid. Pretty much the trailers set everything up. So if you've seen a trailer, you've seen everything that you really need to know about this movie going into it.
Yeah, Thanos is there.
Yeah, Thanos is in it.
Thanos.
He's using the time stone all over the place and
hopping left and right.
doing stuff.
Do what you gotta do, you know? Gotta kill a kid. Gotta kill a kid.
He did lose a lot of weight, and
Yeah, and his color.
Kinda,
I
I think he made
He looks sick. He looks sick.
I was
Yeah.
worried he hasn't
sick.
eaten enough McDonald's or something.
He's got something in his eye. Anyway, Deadpool 2 is a lot of fun. It's just as much fun, I think, as the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's silly. The fourth wall breaks a lot. There's the only thing I could really say that's my only didn't like about this movie compared to the first one is the first one gave you a lot of misdirects in the trailers. They had one-liners and things like that were really funny that didn't make it into the movie or they were swapped out in post. And that made the movie kind of feel more original and fresh when you were watching it because you see these trailers a million fucking times before you ever see the movie.
Yeah.
So Deadpool 2 though does not do that. Deadpool 2 tells you almost everything except some spoilers that are coming later, but it tells you almost everything in the trailers, and every joke that's in the trailer seemed to make it in the movie, which I was just kind of man, I was kind of hoping they would change that a little bit.
Swap it out a little bit. Give us a little variety in the jokes.
That's
nice.
a real small problem to have overall with the movie. Everything else I really enjoyed. The comedy in it, the acting in it was great.
Absolutely.
The writing.
Yeah, you've got Ryan Reynolds.
Even though lazy at parts, was very fun.
He was absolutely fantastic on camera, I think. I loved his relationship with Colossus in this movie. They just had this back and forth. I mean, they always have this back and forth of he tries to help Wade, but Wade doesn't want to accept it, and Wade pushes against it. But this time he welcomed a little
The
bit
bromance
of it.
was definitely there.
Yeah, it definitely expands on all the relationships from the first movie, and even some new relationships.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's really hard because this movie, if you've seen the trailers, you've seen everything we're basically kind of talking about.
Talking around.
But without giving too much away.
It's overall, if you're on the fence about seeing Deadpool 2, you think it's gonna be stupid. You're right, it is stupid, but it's stupid fun and it's a lot of fun. The action's great in it, even down to the stunts and things like that are fantastic. Cinematography's good, direction was great. Opening and closing title sequences were really fun.
I love how they continue to do that with the opening sequence. They just change out the directed by an ass hat.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
yes.
I love that, especially because I do titles for a living. But the thing that's my only other meh kind of thing about this movie is because the opening does what the first one does, which is a fun title sequence and things like that. It never felt like that was leaving until about halfway through the movie. I thought the first half of the movie was a bit until it wasn't a bit. And we'll get to why in the spoilers here in a second. But it just felt I couldn't get connected to the movie until about halfway through. Because the whole time I was like, this is over the top. Or, because they make fun of being over the top in action movies and things in the opening title. But then they stayed that way. And everything was over the top. The monologues back and forth, the situations that happen.
Yeah.
Over the top. And I was like, shit, man. This is dare I say it, sorry, Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern over the top. in some points where you're like, shit, this is kind of dumb. And I'm like, when is this bit gonna end? When is he gonna break the fourth wall and be like, just fucking with you? And it didn't happen. The movie just kind of progressed from the first half of being really kind of out there to the second half being a real movie. And so I
see what he's saying. I'm not gonna disagree with it.
But
I'm shocked.
He went there though.
So
he took it there.
And you'll know why in a moment. Which brings us to our spoiler section of this review. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, and you're not one of those weirdos that likes it spoiled for you, leave now, because we're going to start talking about it. So spoiler warning over. What?
You got it.
Done.
It's
Done.
there.
It's there. Get out of here if you don't like spoilers. So anyway, spoilers. Well, to lead right into that same conversation, I think it just went from over-the-top opening title sequence, Celine Dion, which was brilliant.
Oh my god. Finally.
Like super slapsticky, and then it gets into him and, he's blowing himself up. And the whole death sequence of his fiance, was over the top. I mean, like, even down to the, like, no! Like, it was literally, like, freaking a scene out of, like, Tropic Thunder over the top. And I was like, man, this has got to be a joke. I was like, it's got to be a joke. And then, like, it just continued to do that. I don't know. It just kept kind of going that way for a long time in this movie. And I thought, okay, well, the bit's got to end sooner or later. It's got to end sooner or later. And then we're, like, almost 30 minutes into the movie before it becomes, like, an action movie.
Yeah.
Before it becomes a Deadpool movie where it's like, okay, like, they kind of did the same thing from the first movie where it's like, let's get you caught up and everything, and then they catch you up to that point.
Yeah.
Except the first movie, that was, like, almost the first two acts, and then you go into the last act, like, kind of being caught up, ready to go. This one was the first 5-10 minutes of the movie, and then it kind of just keeps going, like, the relationship with him and his dead lady in the underworld, it was so over the top. Your heart's in the wrong place, Robin. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me why they went that over the top for something that's so comical, full of gore and action and things like that. Because for me, like I said, it took me almost halfway through the movie where I was like, oh fuck, it's not a bit. It's not a bit. I've got to. So then I'm just like, okay, well, I got to forget that this is not a bit and enjoy the movie, and then started to enjoy it. And that's really, like, the big thing for me that bugged me about this whole movie is that halfway through the movie, I couldn't get invested in the entire first half. But the second half of the movie, where it picks up, is fucking dope.
I love it.
Awesome action sequences. You give a shit about the characters. When Cable starts to turn, you start to really see the movie kind of come together. But, like, outside of that, like, the first half of it was, it was enjoyable. It wasn't like it was dumb and I wasn't having fun. I was just like, when is this fucking bit gonna end? And even at the end of the movie where he goes down there and it's like, job well done, you did it. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this at all. Like, I don't give a shit about this relationship at all. It would be better if she wasn't a part of it, because then it could just be Deadpool doing his shit every movie. And instead, we've got to have this really slapsticky relationship that's super forced.
If we're gonna go down the whole Green Lantern path, it's kind of like his dad flashbacks.
Yeah, every time he could flash back to his dad. Dad,
I'm sorry.
Let's show that explosion. Let's get every penny's worth of that thing into this damn movie.
I'm sorry.
Can't we
that's
get
the
a third?
only thing I'll mention about that. That's it.
See? You brought up GL, and even this movie brings up GL.
Oh my god, it does.
I love that they brought up GL in the DC universe.
Yeah.
How dark he is.
Yeah, that was like one of the most enjoyable things was like the end credit sequence. Like,
yeah.
Peter, one of my favorite characters, hand down. Peter, mustache, you're my man, dog.
Peter.
I'm glad you're back. You're one of my favorite. When you went,
just walk away.
It was
God.
The best part is it was like a walking just stress test, because everywhere that he would walk was like another danger.
Yes,
he avoided everything.
Yeah.
I think the whole room gasped.
The Vanisher didn't make it.
The Vanisher did not make it.
We didn't see him come back in the end, so I'm sad that we didn't get to see Mr. Pitt again. That was a pretty funny cameo.
I have a complaint. Where was the unicorn? Like,
surprisingly,
no unicorn in this.
Yeah.
I got blood everywhere. I got heads being chopped off. I got everything else, which is great.
You got Deadpool in heels.
You got Deadpool in heels.
You got a baby bottom half Deadpool.
That was
interesting.
Basic Instinct.
T-shirt and dick in it, man. All day long.
All day long, dude.
Hashtag T-shirt and dick in it. Because that's one of my favorite slang terms to ever come out of a damn movie I've ever heard in my life.
So good.
Like, if I had a nickel for every time I T-shirt and dicked it as a kid, like, I'd be a rich kid.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would be rich.
Yeah.
I would be able to produce Deadpool 3.
The Basic Instinct move was quite the eye pleaser on that scene. I gotta say that was pretty funny.
Let's go with eye pleaser.
Yeah.
It was funny. I'll say it was funny.
You know, it was good. No, this, you know, despite what I said, every movie has its own flaws. But this movie is as funny as the first one.
Yes.
It's as creative as the first one.
It's
the
bloody.
action is bloody, if not bloodier.
Way bloodier.
The action sequences are insane. The fucking pedophile shotgun fight at the end is unreal. And I do gotta say,
unrivaled, I would say.
Yeah, unreal. Finally getting to see Cable and Deadpool fight together was really cool.
Dude, Josh Brolin beefed up for this role.
Beefed up.
Right?
A lot of CG on that body, I think, a little bit. Please don't hurt me in real life, Josh Brolin. You're dope as
God.
hell.
Shredded for this movie.
He's gonna knock him down any second.
Josh Brolin's got snaps. You know what I mean? He's got snaps. And in this universe, you don't want him to do that. But no, he was fantastic. Everybody was good in this movie. Domino was awesome.
I loved Domino
badass.
in this movie.
The X-Force
so cool.
dubstep rap thing at
That
the
was
end in the
fun.
credits
That
was
was fun.
fantastic.
And you know, I gotta say, I loved the little bit of Skrillex in the movie. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, they were
I
like,
think
you know
Mikey
what?
lost it twice.
In case anybody doesn't get the dubstep joke, give him the most commercial dubstep song of all time.
Bangarang.
Bangarang by Skrillex. Yeah.
Don't
So,
know what it is then.
and then one other spoiler too that we didn't really talk about at all, that is the surprise villain of the movie. This is super spoilery, so if you still are kind of on the fence of, man, I don't want everything ruined for me,
GTFO.
just get the fuck out. Yeah. Tits or GTFO. You know what I mean? Like, GTFO. So,
Deadpool.
anyway, frickin' A, like, we get to see Juggernaut in this movie. And not lame old Juggernaut, no offense. He was fun. I'm the Juggernaut bitch was hilarious. However, the Juggernaut was pretty done right in this. I mean, he rips Deadpool in half. That's dope AF if I've ever seen anything. The best is when I can go see a movie and my wife is sitting next to me and she looks at me and goes, no. Like, that's my favorite thing she does ever, especially in gory movies. And when Deadpool got ripped in half, that was the moment where she did that face, and I was like, it's gonna be a good review.
There was a lot of blood.
A lot of blood and gore in this movie. So if you like comedy, you like blood and gore, you like Ryan Reynolds with a little baby penis, you like TJ Miller, you like frickin' Thanos, Cable, Josh Brolin. Oh my god, I can't believe I don't remember Domino's real name in real life. But she's amazing.
Zazie Beetz.
Zazie Beetz. Amazing. Also awesome in Atlanta. Like shit. Anyway.
1 and 2 available now.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome fun movie. Go into it having fun, knowing that it's a goofy, fourth wall breaking movie. Yep. You know, and just understand the first half. It isn't a bit. And you'll probably love it.
It's just fun, guys.
It was a great,
the whole
fun
time.
movie. Strongly recommend you go see Deadpool 2. It is a family film. Not necessarily for the kids, but you'll understand by the end of it.
But it is a family
It's a
film.
family film.
But it is a family film. It's got everything. I mean, if 12-year-old me knew that I would get to see Juggernaut get an electrical cable shoved in his ass and then electrocuted in a pool for a while, I mean, and Colossus and Juggernaut fighting,
Dope.
Dude.
worth the price of admission. Big CG battle coming up, and it's worth it. For the Hollywood Redux Podcast, I am one of your hosts, Matt, and you can find me at Matt_directs on all social media.
I'm Grisal. You can find me at Grisal on all social media.
I'm Michael, and you can find me at What the Hess on all social media.
And we are coming to you from HollywoodRedux.com. Please let us know in the comments below what you thought of Deadpool, what you thought of our review. And always remember to like, comment, and share, and especially hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.